Shala, Shalahima Karanasha, Ikalamahai, Usahi, Osahi, Osahi. Good evening, my beautiful beloved friends. Well, it is a great joy and a pleasure to be with you this evening, especially in this time. Tonight, today, whenever you are connecting in, you have an opportunity to go up a very big level in your vibration, a big level in your consciousness, a big level in your heart, and a big level in your life. So I'm going to ask all of you to be really connected and really present tonight, even to the extent that it may be easier for you to close your eyes when I'm talking to you so that you can really feel what I'm saying, because I'm bringing to you some wonderful opportunities. Divine compensation is the gift of you presented to you like you have never had it presented before. However, we are going to go on a mystical journey to get there together. And this mystical journey begins with you being very present with yourself and where you are as we go through this journey, because it's really important that you all approach this in the correct vibration, in the correct space. There are three forces at play with this. The first one is going to be emptiness, emptying out anything that is in the way of you doing that. You know that we always begin with a release and a letting go, but there is always more. So whatever we can do is the first step. The second step we're going to go into is connection. If you are in your mind thinking about all the problems and all the things that you have to do tonight, tomorrow, or the next day, or next week, or what's happening in the world, my beloved ones, you are not fully connected and present. And I'm saying this because connection is where the solutions are going to be found for everything and anything that is occurring now for you and the world. So connection is really, really important. Thinking more about a problem does not bring the solution. Connection does. The next thing is faith. Faith channels miracles. So unwavering faith, no matter how dire and difficult things are looking in the world and personally and around you at the moment. This isn't blind faith where you are in denial that attention is needed. It is that you are recognizing that there are forces that are in action at the moment, and they are in action as a result of individual, collective karma and energy that has been accumulated over time, and that you are in the process of changing, transforming, going beyond this realm of karma, outgrowing it, outgrowing situations you've been in, even family karma, even soul groups that are changing and expanding and moving into different places. So it is that these three forces. We also approach these three forces with the energy of conscious, powerful intention. Playfulness is really, really important. Playfulness, you will notice that some of the great masters, you have the Dalai Lama at the moment, some of these beautiful enlightened beings that walk your earth, are very wise, but they are also childlike and playful, because there is a lightness in being playful, in having that child energy of curiosity and playfulness and lightness that can transmute and transform the heaviness and the intensity of the seriousness of life. And that is indeed why they have realized that, and they know that, and they live that. So having more wisdom can sometimes be a burden and a challenge when you know something, you can't unknow something. But how can you add some playfulness and some joy without being in denial of the circumstances, and adding your input into what is being asked of you? So it doesn't mean you do nothing, because doing nothing also has a reaction or a response. It means you do focus your energy by sometimes your thoughts, sometimes your words, and sometimes you are asked to take action. Next month, we're going to be working on the law of divine action. So between now and next month, you will begin to see things that are asking for your attention and your action. So it's important, beloved ones, that you're aware and conscious of not ignoring these calls to action. But in the meanwhile, as we come together tonight, we are preparing you to receive the law of divine compensation that has been accumulated and is waiting for you to be ready to receive it and be in the right place to be responsible about how you receive it and what you do with it. This is really, really, really important, my beloved ones. So this is a very exciting night, a very beautiful time or day to come together to experience the gifts of your divine response back to you from everything that you have accumulated over time. I want you to consider, beloved ones, when you have had important decisions to make, and when you have had an intention or a desire of something you want to receive in your life, and have been disappointed because you've had an expectation of how it should be, when it should be, and what it should be like. And when it doesn't forthcome in that way, then you can create resistance and cause yourself more struggle and pain. So remember that spiritual principles known intellectually, but not embraced and not integrated into your consciousness, causes a split, because then you have the knowledge, but you'd have the frustration because you feel that it's not happening for whatever reason. And so then becomes this pushing and this pressure and this demand that you may put upon yourself or of life. So there are three other forces that I wish to discuss to you before we go deeper into this journey. And the forces that you have control over and those that you do not. So achievement is not a material endeavor, although it can be. Achievement is a spiritual endeavor when you recognize what it is. Achievement to be your best, version, and the best version, of course, is the most loving, the most peaceful, and the most connected you can be. It's not about what you accumulate along the way, It's about how you feel along the way. So we are looking at the forces that are at play at the moment. So now there is a force at the moment that you are all recognizing, the life force of human accumulation of karma and energy. So this is playing out in the climate change, political, economics. Of course, you have the pandemics, restriction on travel, and various things. These things that seemingly you have no power over. So this is energy of something that has already gathered a momentum, and that now, and war, of course, there is quite a bit of war at the moment, poverty, etc. Then the second part to that is divine intelligence and compassion and deep love and benevolence to the divine intelligence that is operating. And then, of course, the third force part in that one is your input, your part, what you are putting in to this. Other two forces is going to impact on those other two. Your consciousness has the power to impact on, of course, those life things that are happening in the world, but also the divine intelligence, which expands and grows, as do you. So it is not like you are always reaching to it. It is you are creating it through the divine mind, connection, solutions, creativity that are channeled to you through faith in the journey of your life's work. So the law of divine compensation is a accumulation of all of those things over lifetimes, and now it is at a point where it's going to another level, and it is going beyond the laws of karma, which is for another subject. But what I want you to do for me now, beloved friends, for a moment, is just to reflect on your life and to reflect on the blessings that you have at the moment, the home you're in, the animals and the friends you may have, the work that you do, your healthy, fit bodies, your environment that you live in, the beautiful friends that you have, the food in your fridge or in your cupboards, your garden, the everything that is around you, the blessings that you've received, the gifts that have come to you, not just material gifts. You may, some of you in your life received inheritances from family members, or you may have won money or been gifted money or gifted food or different things in your life, and to think about all of the blessings that you have received so far. And I'd also like you to think for a moment about the challenges that you may have had and the difficulties that you have had at times, and where you feel you have been stuck, or where you feel that things haven't come to you so easily. And I would like you to consider all of the things that I have said tonight about, firstly, emptiness, connection, playfulness, life force of what's happening in the world, divine intelligence that is present in the world and within you, and then your input of how you are responding to what is happening in the world, whether you are ignoring things and getting on with your life, whether you are offering your prayers, your donations, your time. How generous are you of giving of yourself, or giving of your time or your energy to different things and causes around you? Because the universe is correcting all the time within your life the energy of what is coming in and what is going out. So if you are not a generous person, if you are afraid that you're going to lose, that you're holding on to your bank account, are scared to spend it, or you're worried about nothing more coming in, then there is a shutting down of that generosity of spirit. It doesn't mean that you're giving it all away or spending it all, but it's more about how you feel about it and how generous you are with not your money's a good teacher, of course, but that's just one example. Maybe it's your time, maybe it's your love, maybe it's your wisdom, maybe it's the food you make, maybe it's the gift of ideas you have or opportunities that you share with others. Maybe it's there's a campaign in the world that's dear to your heart that you put energy into in spreading awareness about, where people can make a difference. So thinking about your generosity of heart and spirit, your generosity of your love, and recognizing, of course, that sometimes you are in a position to be more giving than other times, and recognizing at the moment that with this world pandemic, it can generate a lot of fear, where there is sometimes a closing down. So just check with yourself honestly. Am I closing down? Am I afraid I don't have enough? Or am I scared to do things? Or am I closing myself off? Or am I trusting? Do I have unwavering faith in the miracles that can channel through me for what is needed and when? And can I think just beyond my own life to thinking about how others are being affected in the world at the moment? Afghanistan, the Middle East, of course, in the Americas, as well as Europe. Everywhere is Australia. Everyone is experiencing different kinds of challenge and crisis. Crisis is an opportunity for healing and growth, but not just for self. It is more than a crisis, because at the moment, it can be looked upon on one level as a crisis. But really, as many of you know here, it is a grand awakening, an opportunity for change. And that is what this pandemic is asking everyone to do, to change, all of you individually to change and to look at those things in yourself that you're noticing that need your love and attention. How you think about things, your reaction to things, your beliefs about things, your ideas about things, and how open you are to the world and the suffering of the world. Sometimes people turn a blind eye because it's far away, but whatever's happening over there is also happening within your own consciousness. So being aware of that. So tonight now, beloved ones, we're going on a mystical journey through this connection to look at the divine compensation that is awaiting for you through the generosity of your heart, the generosity of your mind, the momentum that you have gathered over your lifetime. And maybe the best is just about to come. Maybe what you've been waiting for has been waiting for you. So, dear ones, are you ready to receive yourself in this way? Are you ready to move into this next space? Are you open to receive? Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Be really clear how you approach this next part. Is there any irritation? Is there distraction? Is there frustration? Is there pain? Is there sadness? Whatever's there, it's all right, my friends, it's all right. But it's just about being aware. You cannot force the soul. The first thing is acceptance. Accepting yourself wherever you are in this moment. You don't have to like it. You don't have to want it. The same with the world situations. You don't have to like it. You don't have to want it. But just to accept that when there is any revolution or evolution, there is a huge amount of chaos. You're experiencing huge chaos in yourselves and in your world at the moment. And that chaos, the outcome of that chaos, that new order is going to be dependent on all of you individually as well as collectively for where it goes to. So it begins with the connection, the vision, and the faith in miracles. And indeed, beloved ones, also the recognition that you are the miracle and that you're not bringing something from out of nowhere. What you are doing really is just allowing that aspect of yourself to be present and to guide you and to offer its ideas, its wisdom, its love to the greater whole of your world. So, beloved ones, you are preparing. There are going to be some very big shifts next month. There are going to be some very big revelations as to what has really happened and the many things you have been told that have not been told, and the effect of how that's going to be. Now, this is also important, dear ones, your response to something, really important. You're allowed to not like something or want something. You're allowed to have anger or frustration or sadness about it. You're allowed to let that energy move through you. And then when you get to the place of acceptance, then it's time to see what the next step is. And how may you channel the miracles and let them work through you and let your life be that reflection. I'm very happy to be the messenger tonight to bring forth these wonderful accumulations of energy and positive energies. Often, you know, we look at the shadows or the darks or the limitations or the fears, important to acknowledge them. But tonight we aren't looking at that. We're looking at your light. We're looking at where you shine. We're looking at what you are here to experience from the greatness of yourself and how that is connecting and rippling out to the world, and how you can, dear ones, be that divine messenger for your community, for the place that you live, for the people that are in your life, and those that will be guided to you in the coming weeks and months. So, dear friends, when you're ready, we are going to now awaken to a deeper aspect of your universal consciousness and divine intelligence, and also the beautiful, magnificent being, woman, man that you are. And what a joy and what a gift and what a pleasure to serve you and to be in your lives, which for many of you, it's been more than one lifetime. And to be able to bring these gifts to you this night. We're going to start with emptiness. We're going to go to connection. Then we're going to go to playfulness. Then we're going to go to the higher divine universal intelligence to activate a pathway within your higher mind to access and channel this energy, and then to allow that which has been sitting, waiting for you to come forth. I do this, as you know, my friends, through my guided inner path workings, by meeting the characters and the archetypes and the different beings that assist us on the journey of discovery, uncovery, and expansion, transmutation, transformation, acceleration, inspiration, divine love and joy. So, how are you approaching this? First of all, check in with yourself. Am I approaching this like a curious child, playful? Am I finding it difficult to stay with this connection? Is there a part of me resisting? Is there a part of me that doesn't quite believe? Is there ounce of doubt or fear, anxiety. And just being conscious and honest with yourself. Where am I in this moment? So I'm bringing a vortex of light into the room for you to draw from, my beloved friends. Take a moment to breathe into this light. We are going to also allow your beautiful bodies, vehicles, to receive some healing. So if any of you have had any pain or tension in your bodies or aches, or any of your bones or muscles are feeling out of alignment, or if there's anything in your body that is not in balance or in harmony, we're going to ask to receive from this great compassionate light all the masters and beings of light to bring their healing rays of energy. So we allow the body to sink into the chair or lying down wherever you are to rest. Nowhere to go and nothing to do, just to be in the power of this beautiful moment, sinking and relaxing. We call on the great compassionate light to bring through its healing rays of gold, of white, of blue, of pink, of violet. And just to allow your body to receive, let all the cells, all the neurons, all the atoms in your body begin to relax and to settle. And now as I bring this beautiful radiant light into the room in front of you, like a big beam of great sunlight, as your body's resting, I'm going to invite you to again take your focus into your third eye and visualize the old wooden door between the inner and the outer worlds. When you're ready, we're going to open this door and your etheric and energetic body is going to step through, and we are standing at night by a lake near a forest, and the moon is glistening on the lake. Everything is peaceful and still, and it's very dark. The moonlight puts ripples of light across the water. You hear the sound of a giggling, just like a child, a mischievous young child hiding behind you. And when you turn around, you see an orb of light coming out from behind the trees. This ball of light can move slow or fast. It can suspend itself, and it's laughing and it's playing and it's dancing around you in joy and wonder. It's been expecting you and it knows that you're coming. And it seems to be leading you off into the darkness of the woods. I want you to take a moment, my friends, just to check. Do I trust this orb? Am I happy to go into the woods and follow this orb? And what really is this orb? Is it an elemental? What is it? Is it a light being? What is it? Take a moment to breathe and to feel. Am I feeling that I'm playful? Am I feeling responsive to this orb of light? And if you are, then it's time to proceed into the forest as you follow this orb of light, as it chuckles and it laughs and it makes different sounds. as it moves through the forest. And as you move through the forest, you notice, you feel that you're being watched. You can feel eyes watching you. Notice how that feels, my friends. And the orb of light continues to bounce around you, and sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes along this left and the right and behind you and zigzags and spirals. And other times it suspends itself in the air. Notice how you feel. You feel like you want to play. You feel irritated by it, or happy by it, or indifferent. Breathe, my friends. Be conscious. How connected are you? What is bothering you? What is with you? I'm going deeper, deeper, deeper now into the forest, and now it starts to feel a little different. And you notice as you look around that the orb has disappeared. And you realize that the orb was almost lighting up the path so you could see your way through the forest, but now it's so dark because the trees are so high. Very little moonlight is penetrating through these trees. And then, to your shock, you start to notice that there are skulls and bones, and it is almost like you are walking through a graveyard. Again, dear ones, breathe and feel what you notice. Have you disconnected into your mind? Are you still present with the feelings? Are you staying with the process? Take a breath. Come back. Let's go a little further. As you look around to see which way to go, because you know that it's not really an option to go back. You've come this far and there's something here for you. As daunting as it feels, all of these beings, whoever they are, or souls who've been here, this is as far as they got. This is where they stopped. You take a moment and take a breath. Feel your feet on the earth. And I want you now to take a moment to connect with your faith, the faith that guides you forward, the resilience and the strength you've had in life when you've faced challenges and loss and pain and frustration, disappointment and hurt. The resilience that has kept you going, the faith, the voice, the consciousness within you that hasn't let you give up. I invite you to feel that faith, to feel that within you, my beloveds. And let that guide you now. Let that guide you forward. We're going forward. Just as you have a moment to consider, you notice up ahead is a small light, flickering a light like a candle. This is the way you must go. So you follow this, or you are invited to follow this flickering light. And as you get closer, you see it's a fire and it's outside a cave, big cave, dark cave. And you slowly make your way to the cave entrance. And you stand by the fire and you look in. What's inside this cave? Why is this light here? Why is this fire here? And the next thing you hear, an almighty roar. And out comes an enormous dragon that looks straight into your eyes. And as it looks into your eyes, its nostrils flare with fire. And as it does, you notice all around it on the ground are gold and treasure and jewels piled high, coins, treasures accumulated, and that the dragon is guarding this. He looks deep into your soul and challenges you. Why are you here? What have you come for? Have you come to steal the gold and the jewels? Have you come with greed? Have you come with anxiety and fear that you don't have enough? Have you come with curiosity? Have you come because something guided you here? Why are you here? Take a moment to consider your answers, beloved ones. Not just a flippant remark in your mind, but a deep message in your heart. This journey to this point represents my journey in my life. It's not just this journey through the forest. This forest has been my life. Those souls left behind, waiting for something to happen, afraid to leave what they knew, what was comfortable, afraid to trust, just waiting. And we send our love and compassion to those souls that are still in the world, that haven't been aware, that don't know, or too frightened, or their circumstances they've been born into make it difficult for them to go anywhere or go further. I'm privileged. I've traveled to this place. I'm born into a freedom that not everybody has. I'm born into privileges that not everybody has. I have a mind and a heart that knows better and different to what a lot of the world knows. So why am I standing here? Why am I facing this dragon who's guarding this gold and jewels? And who do all these things belong to? He looks at you and he says, they belong to you. I'm your guardian. I'm guarding you, and I'm guarding this from you until you were ready to see it and find it. And all of these jewels and all of these gold here is not just money and material items. They represent the blessings of your kind words, your kind heart, your kind deeds, the generosity that you've shown in your life, in other lifetimes. But also recognizing your frailty, at times, your scarcity at times, your anxiety at times. And also at times the gluttony to fill an empty space with something, whatever that may be. So you can't spend it all when you are not ready to spend it wisely. And when you're not ready to give of it generously and share it. Are you ready to share it? Are you ready to share yourself? Are you ready to really share who you are? Take a breath, beloved ones. Are you ready to really receive the jewels and the blessings that not even you know exist for you, that not even you are aware of, have been waiting for you, because they're here. Is there any resistance? Is there any defense? Are you connected? Are you empty? Are you playful? Can you trust yourself? Take a breath, beloveds. So I'd like to give you a moment to consider these questions, to consider your life, to consider what these jewels would represent or represent, how you interpret, how you translate them. Because they can mean, and they are, many things. The blessing of a peaceful mind. There's no point in being successful if your life is full of anxiety and stress and tension and worry. That you can't enjoy your life, that you're always striving, that you're always feeling under pressure. What would be the greatest gift? A peaceful mind, a joyful heart, a loving, connected heart. A partner, a house, a job that you love, living somewhere else, a peaceful government, a happy world. What would be the idea of a blessing for you, my friend? Go a little deeper. Are you fully open and connected to receive your blessings, the compensation for all that you are? In the area of your life where it is most wanted or needed. I'd like you to focus your powerful intention to really close your eyes and to breathe deeper and deeper and deeper. Focus on your heart. Visualize a light flickering in your heart, a light flickering in the center of your brain. And focus on the word peace. Direct this peace wherever you wish, in your life, in your family, in the world, places in war and famine and conflict and division. Beyond your own life. Oh Shala, oh Shalaya, oh Shalare, Shalaya, oh Shalahe, oh Shalahe, Shahulaye, Shala. And now as you open your third eye to the dragon in front of you, you'll notice that all of the gold and all of the jewels have disappeared. And the dragon has transformed into a master, an ascended master. For some of you, this is the Christ. For some of you, this is the Buddha. For some of you, this is Mother Mary. For some of you, this is Saint Germain. For some of you, this is Serapis Bey, Almora, Francis of Assisi, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel. Khatumi, Prabhupada, Yogananda. There are many here. And my friends, as you look into the eyes of the Master, their bright, sparkling, loving eyes, and you feel the love that is here for you, you realize that you have absorbed all of this gold and all of these jewels and all of the energy of these blessings into your own heart. Or have you? Have any of you left anything behind? Many of you not fully receiving? That is all right, as much as you're willing to receive the blessings. Faith in what you have accumulated, trust, deepest gratitude and love. I would like you, dear ones, to in return give back your blessings to the Master. Give your blessings to the unfortunate souls that are in the woods, that are lost, that are stuck, that are waiting. And to also send your energy to those parts and aspects of you that at times have also been in the woods. We gave our greatest love and gratitude to the Masters. And then you notice that the master turns into an orb of light, and you realize the orb and the dragon and the master are all one. You watch as the orb very gently, like a balloon, floats up through the woods and up into the darkness of the night. And as you look the pathway to go back, you notice now that the woods are full of light, and those bones and skulls that were left there are now beings full of joy and happiness and hope. And that together you all make your way slowly, them in gratitude for you, for putting on the light, for touching them with your light, for sharing your love, making your way back through the forest, back towards the gate, through the doorway, stepping back into your room, seeing your body sitting peacefully, full of light, pulsating with the energy and the gifts of illumination, peace, healing, and gratitude. And you allow your consciousness of divine compassion to merge back into the place of oneness and connection, having deep love and reverence for your beautiful bodies and this great journey that you partake. Taking 3 more deep, cleansing, peaceful breathing breaths to your feet, to your hands, in deepest love and gratitude for all that you have received. And we give deepest gratitude for you and for the opportunities that are arising, for the wealth of your life and your presence, for the gift of consciousness and intention to love and to serve. We send a prayer and blessing to the world, especially the Middle East, families displaced by war and famine. We pray for a peaceful resolution. We pray for the pandemic to come to a completion and to an end, and for everybody to change, to live a more sustainable, peaceful, and loving life with each other and your beautiful Gaia hosting your evolution. Thank you for the opportunity to be of service to you all. May you have a deep, healing, and peaceful sleep. If you wish to come and journey with me this night, we can return back to the cave, into the forest, and we can play and have joy and laughter and fun and really enjoy the lightness of life. Ikina shahala Usikanaye Hale Shamana Kurashalehia Sahaye. My love and blessings, many, many thousands of blessings to each and every one of your beautiful hearts. May tomorrow you rise anew, full of blessings, full of motivation, inspiration, and joy. Indeed, my friends, my love.